Hello, hello, my beautiful beloveds. Welcome to another really super juicy episode of Deep Penetration with Sadie. Previously with Star, but I am coming out of the closet and letting go of my stage name and just putting it out there. So yeah, hello, welcome. My name is Sadie. It's so very nice to meet you, and I'm thrilled to be here and grateful for your presence. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I have not done one of these episodes for a little bit. I've been out traveling. I've been really kind of all over the world, busy, visiting some really powerful sacred sites on the planet. Of course, everywhere is sacred, right? But these are especially powerful energy points on the planet, like the pyramids. I was in India in some really holy cities where there's just some really powerful energy. So yes, everything is sacred, and there's nothing that's not sacred here, right? But when we put that term on it, it kind of just brings a little more importance and a little more thoughtfulness to it and intention maybe, and it sets the stage. It sets the stage and kind of sets our mind to relate to an experience in a different way when we say sacred, which is why, on this channel we talk about sacred sexuality. Of course, all sexuality is considered sacred. Again, there's nothing that's not source or not, that, not God, whatever you want to, whatever terminology you want to put on it. Everything is that. But again, when I use sacred before sexuality, it changes how we're thinking about it and approaching it and connecting with it, right? So I always want to be very clear on that, because I don't feel that there is any like good or bad, sin or evil, or this is better than that. Judgment and criticism is a human thing, and really keeps us in a lot of separation and judgment, and it can really affect our experience when we're judging something to be good or bad, this or that. So anyway, back to where we're going here. So we always get into a juicy topic in this Deep Penetration series, and given that it's the end of the year, let's talk about endings and beginnings, right? And I just always love this time of year. It's a great time to get very conscious and very clear on what we're ready to leave behind in the old year and what we want to carry forward with us, or what we want to start fresh and new. It's kind of, a nice mindset shift. Again, every day is just another day, right? We could say that, but when we have these milestones or turning points, or specific dates or times, it gives our mind something to hold on to and to work with, and approach in a different way, right? It's different. There's a different feeling and there's a different energy to the end of the year and to the beginning of the year than there is to every other day, right? So because we've created it to be so. So let's utilize that to, again, let go of what's not serving us and learn from the previous year, reflect back on it. What were the ups? What were the downs? What were the highlights? What were some of the things that we maybe don't want to repeat? What were the big lessons? What were the themes? What was the year like for you? For me, it was just, I would have to say, the most epic year of my entire life. And I know I have probably said that about most years. They each keep getting a little more fabulous, right? The further I go along on my path, and the further I come into my own higher consciousness and awakening and expansion and liberation, the more epic my experience in my life becomes. So it's not surprising that each year is more magnificent than the previous one. But this one was, 6 months of the year I was abroad traveling, and that's just like a huge dream come true. And the rest of the year, most of it, I was out in my little roomie in my awesome little shuttle bus, touring the country. So lots of meeting, lots of amazing people, making really gorgeous, sexy, sensual connections, and having just amazing experiences and so much transformation. And like, oh my gosh, even though like there was a lot of amazing stuff, there was a lot of challenges as well too, right? So a lot of growth, a lot of healing and clearing and releasing and renewal and so many things. So it's really lovely to take some time for ourselves at this time of year. Sit down, allow yourself a couple of hours to really get into some powerful reflection and some journaling, or taking notes, maybe writing down what were the highlights, what were the big themes, what did occur for you when you go back to January of last year, and then go through the months. Like what was up for you, what was going on, what were the big lessons. There's so much, and when we reflect back, I go back to January and my life was completely different. It really was. I was in trying to rekindle a relationship and thought that was going to happen, and turns out it did not. And a lot of heartbreak there, all year. It's been a real painful go of that one, a dismantling and a dissolving of that relationship for the second time. Sometimes we need to repeat and revisit these things because this person was extremely special to me and really kind of the most important person in my life. And so, we ended it, and then thought after many months separated that it was then doing a lot of deep healing work for ourselves, right, that it was a good time to revisit our connection. And it turns out there was just too many things that still weren't working. So that's how January started. So that's how this year started. So reflecting back on this year, like that's really painful and really hard, and also very liberating and expansive. So there's so much. But where did you start last year, and where are you right now, and what has your journey been like? And it's just so helpful to revisit all of that. And hindsight is 2020. What didn't make sense then that you understand now, and you can see why certain things happened and why they played out, right? And now I'm looking at my sacred sexuality journey and what has opened up for me through, if you've been following my channel, I've been talking about my daily self-pleasuring practice and what's been opening up for me there. This YouTube channel I started this year, and that's been huge for me. And creating content and connecting with people here and just committing to this process has been unbelievably fulfilling and really opening up my sacred sexuality journey and helping me to get more clear and really open it up in ways that were previously unimaginable. So when we embark on these new endeavors and put ourselves out there and just start doing it and stepping into what speaks to our heart and facing our fears around putting ourselves out there, things really open up and expand, and we learn things about ourselves that we just couldn't have if we hadn't embarked on the journey, right? So what opened up for you over the year? What did you embark on? What did you set out to do, and what did you learn from? What did you learn from? Again, what are those lessons, and what is continuing to evolve for you? Like this channel I'm coming up on 500 subscribers, and I'm just like so excited about that. And it's a real turning point and a beautiful reflection that people are paying attention to it a little bit. It's not a ginormous channel, but 500 subscribers, that's pretty exciting for me. So if you're not subscribed and you're watching this right now, please help me get over the hump there to that. I think I've got 15 more people to go to hit 500. So, and then exciting things open up on YouTube. I get more options for my channel because they see that people are engaged in watching the content. So then I get into more algorithms, and the channel will get out there more. So do please help me if you're not subscribed, and if you are, also please comment, like, turn on that notification bell, right, to get it to show up in your feed. So So that's been huge for me. And talk about taking something forward. I have a lot of plans and a lot of exciting things to move forward with on this channel. So stay tuned, because it's going to get exciting. It's going to get exciting. So there's been a lot of learning as I go, right? Learning the process. I didn't take any courses or classes, so just been kind of like seeing, what works, what doesn't, what speaks to people, what doesn't. And it's been really interesting. So, but again, just because this is about sacred sexuality, so getting so much more intentional about it and getting really clear for me on this path and my passion around it, and how devoted I am to supporting us all to be in healthier connection with our sexual energy and with each other, having this beautiful, sexy, inspired, passionate relationships that we really long for with each other. Always first and foremost within that sacred feminine, sacred masculine energy, bringing it into greater union and harmony within ourselves first. We have a lot of, energies to move through, inherited energies and belief systems and such to move through. And that's what this channel is a lot about, right? Talking about what that is and how we can move forward, and what are some tools and practices to help us move into healthier union within ourselves, so that we can have it without, right? As within, so without. If we're having unhealthy relationship experiences outside, that's reflecting to us what is internal, and then that's our mirror, right? And that's where our work is. It's like, okay, so obviously I keep attracting this in. It's time to look at that. Why do I keep attracting some unhealthy patterns? Why do I keep repeating these patterns, right? So that's where the inner journey starts, and that's where the inner work. And for me, that really is what sacred sexuality is so much about. That inner work and the alchemy. I just changed my channel name to Sacred Sensual Alchemy, and I'm gonna talk about that more as I get going. Again, that's part of my channel revamping and or just continual growth, right? It's a continuous process as we learn ourselves and we learn what speaks to us, and the further we go on our journey, the more opens up for us, right? So again, what has been opening up for you this year? What have you learned about yourself? What surprised you about yourself? What and what disappointed you too? There's things that, intentions I had that I didn't follow through on, or that did not come to pass. So there's some grief and loss around some of those things. So it's important to address those as well when you're doing your reflection. What didn't go, the way that you had intended, and how do you honor that and recognize that and go, yeah, you know what, that's a loss there. Like my relationship, right? I really have done a lot of grief work and honoring of that. It's really, there's a part of me that wants to jump to the end, but the truth is that's a grief every day that I continue to deal with and work with, right? It's a huge loss. So that's part of our end of year reflection as well, right? Honoring the losses, honoring the grief, honoring what did not come to pass that maybe we thought might or hoped would. So it's just really a beautiful time to take stock, and then after we're done reflecting on the year and getting clear about what we don't want to carry forward, there's some patterns and there's some things that came up that I'm like, yeah, you know what, let's leave those in 2024. I don't want to carry those forward with me, right? So yeah, but getting clear on that. I remember my favorite astrologer, Molly McCord, she said something one time that stuck with me so much. The way we end something is the way we begin something. So the more intentional and clear we can get on ending this year, closing out this year, the more intentional and clear we are moving forward into the next year. And the more aligned we get with how we want our year to go, how we want our lives to be. What do you want to leave behind? What do you want to move forward with? What do you want to call in? What do you want to align more fully with? More passion, more purpose, more vitality, more fun, more play, more joy, more sensuality, more confidence, more dedication, more devotion, more discernment, more discipline. what do you want to, yeah, to align with, right? There's for me, there's always ways I can feel like I want to get more disciplined with myself. And part of like this YouTube channel is definitely about discipline, right? You need to put content out regularly. So sometimes I'm really like on it, and other times, not so much. So maybe that's something I want to look at for myself and get a little more clear on. So again, the more intentional we get and the more clear we get, the more we create our life and our reality, right? That's what this is all about. This is what everything is about. This is how I have created a life where this last year I was abroad for 6 months. 6 months of the year. World travel is the most important thing to me, and I've done a lot of magic. I've done a lot of work. I've done a lot of aligning. I've done a lot of clearing what was getting in the way of my feeling worthy of that kind of life and world travel and luxury and abundance, right? There was a lot of lack mentality and scarcity and unworthiness crap that I had to move through. I had to get very intentional. I had to get very conscious. I had to do a lot of inner work. I had to do a lot of like self-reflection and looking at myself and constantly setting intention, constantly like, what am I not carrying forward, right? So that's what this channel is all about too, creating the life of our dreams through intention, through energy work and healing, through gaining clarity, through sex magic, through utilizing our sexual energy to really supercharge our experience, right? Our sexual energy is so freaking powerful, and the more conscious we get with it and the more we can harness it and the more clear it gets, the more we can utilize that to really create whatever it is that turns us on, that we want to create, whatever we want to align with. It's all right here. Everything is right here. There is nothing outside of this moment, right? And the more present we get with that time and space, that's a construct. Everything is right here. The life that we want is right here. There's just energies in our way that we need to clear out to really like start being in that life that's already here. Whatever's calling to you is here. That is your passion. That is your heart. That is your energy. We just need to align the frequency with that truth and that reality that's already here for us. So my desire for world travel, my desire to be in beautiful sacred union, within and without, that's part of my makeup. It's who I am. And I just had to clear what's getting in the way of my being in that truth and in that reality. So, and then when we start to see it reflected back, when I start to see like, oh my gosh, I spent 6 months out of the country this year, that's a really clear freaking reflection and sign that I've been doing the work. And here's the manifestation. Here's the fruits of that. So if this is new for you, that's what you have to look forward to. The truth of whatever it is that turns you on, whatever your passion is, becoming your reality and you actually living that reality. The more you clear out what's getting in the way of your knowing that you're worthy and really aligning with the abundance of the universe and the truth of it, whatever your dreams are, and that's all you. World travel is mine, and luxury is mine, and spirituality and supporting all of us on this sacred sexuality journey, that's my dream. So that's what I'm aligning with. But what's yours? What's your passion? Let's get clear on that as we move into this new year. And if you don't know, that is very understandable, because a lot of people are in that place. We're just so disconnected from our own truth and our own essence, growing up in a lot of these systems that told us how we're supposed to be, what we're supposed to want, what we're supposed to do, what makes us worthy. We've really embodied so much of that. So a lot of us don't know what our actual passion is, right? Who am I beneath all those messages and all those energies and all those belief systems and thought patterns that we've taken on? Who are we under that? So that's the journey. That's the process. And this path of sacred sexuality is just so gorgeous to really support you on your journey. So be sure to check out more of my playlists, my YouTube videos and my website to see what how to move forward. And I have a lot of resources available. I offer sessions and programs. There's so much to support you on your journey. If this speaks to you and you want to, dive deeper into this, there's so many beautiful supports out there right now. It's a gorgeous time to be alive. It's gorgeous, and we are elevating rapidly. So yeah, so after you reflect and write down what are your key goals this year, or what are some of the, what I really like is how do you want to feel, right? That really changed everything for me. Instead of like locking into this specific way I wanted things to be, how do I want to feel every day? And that was a real shift for me. So really getting into the emotion of it. How do I want to feel? I want to feel abundant. I want to feel free. I want to feel joyful. I want to feel love. What does that look like? How does my life organize to help me feel like that in sensuality and sexuality and fun and union? When I just get clear on how I want to feel and I leave it up to the universe to rock my world and blow my mind, then I get to see what happens. 6 months out of the country. I had no idea that was going to happen when I set out for the new year. I just knew how I wanted to feel. I knew world travel was important to me. I didn't know how that was going to manifest. I just trust the process, and I just keep aligning. And then the universe takes care of the rest. And I've been really clear with that, and I've gotten just so good at letting go of attachment to outcome and just allowing the process. I just do my work on clearing what needs to clear, set the intention. I want to travel. Universe, you figure out how that works. I don't need to do that. We've gotten too locked into like, okay, I need to raise this much money. I need to save this much. This is going to happen, blah, blah, blah. Here's all the things that need to happen. None of that happened. I just let go, and the universe came in and took care of everything, right? So that's what this path is all about. For me, anyways, of course, sacred sexuality is different for other people, but this is a real spiritual, magical, sensual, gorgeous path of energy and alignment and clarity and intention and beautiful physical experiences, right? We're in a body. We're in a physical body on a physical planet. It's about enjoying that and really rocking that out, right? Loving it. I've come into so much love for my body over this past year with the daily self-pleasuring. There's like this whole new reverence for my body and pleasure that's opening up in a new way that I just didn't even know possible, and energy that's opening up in a new way. And the spiritual connection and growth and alignment to the cosmos is just so like what? It's been nuts. It's been crazy. Part of that's like visiting all these really powerful sacred energy spots on the planet and, intentionally opening to those energies. That's why I like to go on pilgrimage, because I like to go to connect with those energies, because they support our process, right? They really support us in clearing and upgrading, right? The high frequency naturally, because we are frequency and vibration. When you get into a super high frequency place on the planet, it naturally goes to work on you clearing out the low vibe frequencies, because it can't match. It can't, it just goes in and then supporting you to align more fully with those high vibe frequencies. So that's the whole purpose to go on these places. For me anyways, it's a very energetic thing. And a lot of people, of course, right? And that opens us up to higher consciousness, to our evolution, to our expansion and liberation from those lower, denser vibrations, fear-based energies, real fear-based vibrations. I get very excited talking about this. So let's get clear. What do we want to release? What do we want to move into in this new year? So we are going to go to the cards and see what they have to say. I haven't visited the cards with you for a while, so I'm kind of excited about this. So, Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, Father Sun. Thank you to all the beautiful frequencies that support us so beautifully. Archangels, spirit guides, and helpers, plants and animals, all of our cosmic galactic allies. There's so much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting us so beautifully. Any of the beautiful high vibe frequencies and energies that we connect with, wisdom beings and frequencies of the highest love and the highest order. Thank you for supporting us so beautifully. Thank you, beautiful cards, wisdom cards, for supporting us. Asking for any wisdom or guidance on moving forward into this new year and letting go of that which does not serve. Thank you in advance for any wisdom or messages that come through. So grateful. For the highest good of all involved and the spiritual benefit of all beings. Thank you, everyone. See what comes through. Ooh. Oh, there's another one. We've got 3. I think I'll pull 2 more because 5 is a number of change and transformation. So it's a nice one. 3 is good too, but I like 5, especially for the end of the year right now. Ooh, there it is. Ah! All right. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Well, interesting. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Great. Okay. Nice. All right, let's see what's here. The first card is the 10 of Wands. This is an antique-ish style deck, so maybe a little dark to see. But if you're familiar with that, then yeah, you know this image. This guy is carrying a lot of wands. This is the 10. He's at a completion point. He is done. 10 is a number of completion. And it's the end of this suit of wands. Wands is fire and transformation, spiritual growth. And, I was just thinking of a passion as well for the fire. That's a real passionate, fiery energy, especially in sacred sexuality. So for me, the end of the year, the 10, right? And this is our spiritual path. So what have we gleaned from the year, like we were just talking about, and what are we ready to set down? What are the lessons we've learned? This is very much what we were just talking about, just a real reiteration, I think, of just what we just talked about. So, and yeah, what are you ready to set down and not carry forward? Not carry forward. We've learned some lessons. It's time to embody those energies and those frequencies, embody the lessons, and let go. Let go. Appreciate the growth, and what are we not taking forward? What is it time to put down? There's some, that was a pretty intense year for a lot of people. I know that. I read comments and I watch astrology stuff and I listen to a lot of spiritual stuff, and I read what people are saying in the comments, how challenging the year has been, and really heavy and dense energies, and some of it's just time to let it go. Let it go. Let it go. And then the next card we have is the 3 of Wands, which this is look at, he's kind of contemplating. It's a contemplative card, and the fire, again, fire energy and action to move forward. The fire is a real action energy, but it's also the spiritual growth and transformation. And he's just kind of sitting here looking out, contemplating. So this, again, I think plays right into what we're talking about, looking forward into the new year. What are the wands we're taking forward in the new year? What is the strengths? What are the passionate, fiery action energies we want to carry forward into the year? I think this is beautiful. Where are you ready to move forward? And of course, this is about sacred sexuality. So where are you ready to move forward on your sacred sexual path? If you're here listening to this, you're obviously interested in it. So, and maybe with this fire energy here, letting go, maybe there's some old patterns and old ways of being around your sexual and sensual energy that you're ready to let go of and step into some new belief systems, some new energies, some new frequencies, some new practices, new ways of moving forward and connecting with the beautiful sensual energy, passionate energy, fiery energy, with your spirituality and your spiritual growth, right? That fire energy. And to me, the sexual and sensual energy is a very transformative spiritual energy, right? There's no separation there. And this moves into the Queen of Pentacles. This is just such a lush, gorgeous card of abundance and contentment and satisfaction and mastery. She is totally in control of her earthly realm and in her body. In sacred sexuality, I think of the pentacles a lot to do with our body, right? Because it's the physical realm. So we're in our body. She is really a master in her body. Where have you come into greater mastery around your body and your pleasure and your sexual energy? Talking about this self-pleasuring, have you been practicing that? And what is that opening up for you? And maybe that's something you want to start doing. I talk about it a lot and how powerful that practice has been. I know people might be getting tired of it, but I'm just still kind of blown away at how much it's opening up for me and helping me to really step into the abundance and the beauty of my body and this world. Because for me, the self-pleasuring, I often move into sex magic after that. So, and look, it's a pentacle. That's a very magical sign, right? Very magical. Ooh, I like that. To me, this feels like a very magical card. And yeah, sex magic. How do we create our reality in this world, in this physical world, right? With our sexual energy. And then this moves into the Ace of Cups here, which to me, this card just came up on the Sacred Sexuality card for the day. I've been putting those out fairly regularly. And this is just such an abundant, gorgeous card of overflow. And the divine is handing us this beautiful, peaceful, sensual, gorgeous feminine energy. This is connection with the divine within. With the water element, it's flow, it's our intuition, it's our psychic gifts and abilities, it's nourishment, it's sustenance, it's juicy. This is a very sensual, very sexy card, right? Where are you just overflowing and just so wet for life, right? Or just like, right? That's kind of sexy. So I feel like, especially as we're moving forward, like where do you want to go on your spiritual path? What do you want to take forward with you spiritually? What do you want to set intention around opening to the divine energy within you, the truth of who you are and your essence? To me, that's what the sacred sexuality path is all about. Really coming into our divinity, right? Really getting clear and knowing the truth that we are love. We are the divine. Our sexual energy is divine. It's gorgeous. It's sacred. It's beautiful. It's powerful. It's luscious. Whew. And into the Hanged Man, which is like a new perspective on so much and needs spiritual growth. And again, what have we learned over this year? What are we seeing in a whole new way? What are we approaching in a whole new way from all that we've learned and the journey that's been challenging? It's been a rough year. It has. It's been, again, I said the most epic year of my life, but also one of the most challenging. It was some really rough stuff, some real rough emotional things to go through and move through. But looking back, I have such a new perspective. I have a richer perspective and understanding of myself, my energies, my spiritual path, the world, other people, connections, relationships. I just have a whole new way of connecting with the world. So how is this showing up for you? What are you seeing in a whole new light, in a whole new way, and in an illuminated way? Look at, he's got this like halo around his head. He's been illuminated from his trials and his tribulations and from his journey. And he's just chilling out now with this new perspective. And he's actually just really freaking relaxed. Look at, he is not stressing out. Even though he's been turned upside down and he's just hanging by one foot, he's chill and he's illuminated and he's in his power. And he's just like, yep, and I'm seeing things differently. So where's that speaking to? How's that speaking to you? You know, maybe something that you thought was going to be just like the end of the world, and now you're just like, I'm cool with it. That all transpired, and I'm actually good because I'm seeing everything differently now, and I know that everything is happening for my highest good. Everything is happening for my highest good if I want to relate to it as such. That's beautiful. And then we have this. This also just came up recently in the card for the day. So, these Six of Cups, which is, I see this is, again, people think of these as little children. I don't necessarily see them like that, but there is an innocence and a sweetness here, and just a real loving, thoughtful energy. And these cups are full of a lush greenery, and it's just beautiful, abundance, nourishing, luscious, gorgeous energy. And it's cups, which are, again, that sacred feminine energy. I just got this mothering feeling of abundance and the womb. And even though this is cups and it's the water, the plants in there are a very earthy energy. So I'm feeling this kind of motherly, loving connection of the universe and Mother Earth and the water, the feminine energy, just that nourishing, luscious, beautiful energy surrounding us. And how do we want to carry that forward into the new year? What do we want to do to connect more fully with this gorgeous, beautiful energy of giving and receiving and sharing and joy and innocence and abundance and fertility and lusciousness and connection? Look at, they're connecting. It's the feminine and the masculine sharing with each other. This is a beautiful, loving card. Innocent, joyful, playful, sharing, really gorgeous. How do we bring this into our new year? And how do you do this with others and with yourself? Always with yourself first and foremost. This is like a self-care card too, I'm feeling right now. How do we care for ourselves? How do we care for our own masculine and feminine within? And really nourish ourselves so that we can give from a full place. All these cups are super full, right? But we have to nourish ourselves and take care of ourselves so that we can give from this gorgeous, full, beautiful place. I love that. I love that. I keep hearing these different podcasts I'm listening to that this year is going to get pretty freaking interesting. And I'm not going to perpetuate, if that's messages coming through for you too, that's, yeah, but I'm it's just going to be what it is, right? But I potentially in for some big changes and some stuff going on, some interesting energies. So I think some of this is especially, helpful right now, self-care routine and practices and, filling your cup so that you can care for others and connect from that beautiful place. So I really kind of expected the reading to be a little different, but it's really, really lush and gorgeous, and there's some beautiful energies here of abundance and transformation and support and being held and loved and cared for in such a beautiful way. And there's so much spiritual growth here moving forward, some real passion, some real sensuality. All of these cards to me are very sensual right now. Maybe the Hanged Man not as much, but the Ace of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, like really sensual, lush, gorgeous cards, and a real promise of abundance. And I feel a real connection and an opening with Mother Earth in this reading right here. And a real interesting journey as we move forward. Some real spiritual growth going on should you choose to embark upon it. Some real spiritual transformation, energetic transformation here in this card. Getting ready to set out on the journey with lots of support from Mother Earth, lots of support from the divine, opening to new perspectives and a new way of connecting with our world and seeing our world and seeing ourselves in it and seeing each other, knowing the truth of our divinity, and that full lush giving and receiving, the joy that comes through all of this process. What a gorgeous reading. And again, what are you ready to let go of and put down? You've learned the lessons, you've gleaned the wisdom. Let's set it down so we can move forward into a whole new leg of our adventure, right? And I have another pilgrimage coming up here. Just got back from India. So this is speaking to that as well. So stay tuned for more information on the upcoming pilgrimage that will be happening this coming year. So if part of your spiritual journey, if you're ready to go connect with some really powerful places on the planet, real powerful energy, be sure to stay tuned, to get on my mailing list down below. And yeah. Again, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff here. Let me see if there's anything more coming through. That pentagram here, like, it's really, to me, speaking to this sex magic a lot, and how powerful that is for creating your reality. I invite you to check out my sex magic series here on this channel. It's a playlist, and reach out and connect with me if you'd like some support around that and want to learn more. And stay tuned, I'm going to be talking about it more. It's been a huge part of my journey, and I'm excited to be sharing about that. So, but yeah, through this sex magic, I have created so much of my reality and just really super advanced my spiritual growth and transformation. So stay tuned for more of that. It's powerful, powerful, powerful stuff. So, and drink lots of water. It just came through. Like, okay. So, you know, when it comes through, you just share it, right? So we all need to drink more water. Beautiful. The sacredness of water. It's our life. It's a life force. It's beautiful. Yeah, connect more fully with water. Get in it. Drink it. Be intentional with it. Bless it. Love it. Honor it. I speak to my water before I drink it. You know, just thank you. I love you. I bless you. Thank you, water. You know, really. And then you're drinking love, right? Amazing. Because it holds energy and frequency. When you bless it and when you shine light into it and when you think to it intentionally, it holds that energy, and then you drink it, and it's just like, you're just drinking love and joy and peace and bliss and gratitude and whatever you want to charge it with, right? You can charge water with crystals, not all crystals. You have to look that up, make sure that they're not toxic ones, but there's so much you can do with water. So healing and nourishing, and just like, wow, it's a very powerful, powerful part of our existence. And the more intentional we get with it, connecting with it, utilizing it, drinking it, honoring it. I just had gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous ritual in India and in Egypt on the Nile and the Ganga in India. Doing lots of ritual bathing in these goddess waters. It's amazing. So if that speaks to you, we can do that anywhere. I mean, it's a little cold here in Oregon right now to be going into the water, but you know what I mean? In the shower, we can be very intentional with water. We can be very intentional. Let it wash away. Set the intention in your shower. Let the energy, the water, wash away anything that's ready to go, and just see it and visualize it going down the drain and letting it go. Or just see the water as this gorgeous, amazing, beautiful, nourishing energy that's just washing over you, this beautiful motherly love. You can do whatever you want. Set the intention for whatever speaks to you, either cleansing and releasing or nourishing, and or both, you know, do it all, right? That's just one way that you can work with water very intentionally every day. You know, these are very easy, simple practices that can really, they can be game changers, you know. Again, everything's about intention and frequency and energy, and like the more clear and intentional we get, the more we create our reality. It's just, it's simple yet profound. Okay, I'm hitting a 44. It's a magic number. Definitely got going with this. So excited to be connecting with you all. Very excited for what came through here. May it serve you well. Again, feel free to reach out and connect with me on my website to set up sessions, check out my programs. What was I going to say? Resources, lots of resources on there on my Beyond page. I have a new website coming out too, so get ready for that. Again, everything is revamping and it's shifting in a really exciting way. So, and be sure to check out the other videos on my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram. Let's connect and let's have fun with this sacred, sexual, sensual journey in these amazing bodies on this gorgeous planet at this super powerful time to be alive right now. Let's rock this out. Let's rock out the new year. Let's let go of the old that's not serving us. Let's get very intentional. What do you want to align with? Let's do it. Is that all I have to say right now? I think so. I will leave it at that. Thank you again so much for your presence. I love you so much. I love all of us and the journey that we are on, and I'm thrilled to be connecting with you all. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody, and Happy New Year. Yay. Bye.